Hello everyone, welcome to my channel DIY Decor. Today I have two simple but adorable Easter crafts for you guys. So we're going to take some of these rectangular planks from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to take two and we're going to make some cute little bunnies with these. Now one I'm going to leave as is as far as size go. The other one I did want it a little bit smaller, and the Dollar Tree does carry these in squares, but my Dollar Tree does not have them. So I just take one of the planks and I use it as a guide to make the other plank about the size that I want. And I score the top, I do score the sides, and then I score the back. And then I'm able to just easily pop it in half, and then I take some sandpaper and go over those rough edges, and then I have two different sizes and they are ready for painting. Now I'm taking white and apple barrel, and I'm going to paint the tops, the backs, the sides, everything, giving it just one coat, and then we'll set those aside to dry. Now I'm going to take these little wood blocks from the Dollar Tree. Now you do see that I only have 6 out here, but I actually do 10 altogether. I need 10. I'll use 6 for this project, and then I'll use 4 for those planks as well. But I'm giving each of them a coat in the apple barrel white as well, and I do all 6 sides on all 10 blocks. Now that our planks are dry, I'm taking my apple barrel in the color granite, and I'm just going to give them a good dry coat. Again, making sure I do the sides, and I do both of my planks like this. I did give it a little bit of sanding. Now my letters. So I'm going to spell the word Easter on these 6 blocks. So I'm going to put one letter on each block. Now I'm just going to do this in pencil, and then I'll go back over it with paint. But you could do this in Sharpie or a paint marker. If you have a Cricut, you could do them in vinyl. You could use stamps, stencils, whatever. The sky's the limit with this, but I just take my pencil to write my letters. And there we have our word Easter on our little mini blocks here. And now we're going to paint them. So using Waverly chalk paint and the color ink, I'm going to take a toothpick. When I do like small fine painting, I like to use a toothpick. I find that it just works better. So it's a good little tip for you guys, especially when those small brushes, they start to fray and they don't make or get into those little tiny spots like you want. Use a toothpick. So anyways, I'm just going to take and go over the letters that I wrote with this ink. And we're just going to darken them up, make them more visible. Using, again, this granite and apple barrel. And I'm going on mostly the edges more so, but I do go over the actual faces of the blocks. But like I said, mostly the edges. And then we're just going to stack them up here and glue them together. And I've got them turned slightly different. Every time I add a block, I turn one a little bit to the left, then the other one to the right, to the left, right, and so forth. Then I'm going to take this green gingham ribbon. I love this color. I love this ribbon. This came from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to make a tiny shoelace bow, and I do ducktail those little ends, and then I glue that to the top of my Easter blocks. Gonna fix that bow, make it cute just like I want it. I also take this pencil and stick in those tiny little loops to fluff that bow up. And then I'm going to take some of these pieces of baby breath. Now this came out of another floral arrangement from the Dollar Tree that I already had, but I just take a few of the pieces out and I stick them right up under the bow on each side. And then this is the piece that we had cut off of that block or that plank at the beginning. And I just sanded it down a little bit. And again, I'm taking that granite and apple barrel and I'm just giving the top a good coat. And then I do the edges as well. And I do want to distress it a little bit, so I go in and I add some of that white in apple barrel, and I also add a little bit of the ink from the Waverly chalk paint. And like I said, I just keep mixing the black and the white until I get it the way I want it. And then we're going to stick our blocks right in the center there. We're going to glue those down. And then I've got these little styrofoam eggs that I got from the Dollar Tree last year. And I just have 3, and I'm just going to glue them randomly around my little Easter sign. Then we're going to take some of this Spanish moss from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cut it up in tiny pieces. And we're just going to glue those around the edges, just here and there or wherever I think it needs it. Letting the pieces that don't stick, I just pull them right out and then add more where I feel like it needs it. Again, here is the final product, and I think this is so cute, and this would be so adorable for a tier tray. Now, going back to those planks, now I did take some of those little felt hearts from the Dollar Tree that they had during Valentine's Day, and I took 2 of them and I put them on the planks, and I did stick them upside down. I know some people put them right side up, but I just thought they were cuter upside down, so it's completely up to your own preference. But I do take some of this yarn, and you saw that I just kind of folded it over a couple times. Then I took another little piece, and I'm just going to tie a knot at the very top. These are going to be our little bunny whiskers. And again, if you wanted this a little bit more rustic, you could use jute twine instead of the white yarn. Then I've taken, and I'm just going to cut close to that knot. And then the other end, we will just cut all of those little pieces, making sure they're all nice and even. And I do 2 of these for each of the planks. And then we are just going to glue them down on either side of that heart. And now our bunny needs eyes. So I was just going to take my Sharpie and draw on some eyes, but it was pretty dry. So I just took the end of a fat paintbrush and just painted on my eyes with that ink color. And then I take a skinnier paintbrush and I do a little dab of white in the eyes. Then I'm taking some pieces of this buffalo check ribbon and some regular burlap ribbon, and you'll just see me fold the edges together, and I'm just putting glue in between all the folds. These are going to be our bunny ears. I do the top and I do the bottom. And of course, this is wired ribbon, so you're able to fold the ears or bend them however you want to make your bunny look the way you want it to look. And then we're just going to glue the ears on the top. Now for the pieces of burlap ribbon, I did take some of the pink burlap from Dollar Tree and I cut 2 pieces to go in the insides. And this time I pinched the bottom with hot glue in between, just like I did the other ears. But for the tops, I just cut them at an angle so they're just a little bit more pointed, and then I glued them down. And then I'm taking some of this lace ribbon. I love this ribbon, you guys, from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to make a tiny shoelace bow. And then we do cut the little tails at an upward angle. And then I just figure out exactly where I want it on the bunny. I thought maybe the middle, but I ended up actually putting it on the side. But you guys tell me in the comments, would you have put the bow in the middle, or do you like it better on the side? So now those extra 4 blocks, these are going to be our little bunny feet, but they're also going to help the bunnies to stand up. And then I'm taking these white pom-poms that I got from the Dollar Tree, and we're going to glue those above in between both of those little feet. And there we have some cute little cottontails for our bunnies. And here we are, our cute little bunnies. I think these are so cute and so easy to do for Easter. You guys let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. If you guys will, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.